Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2024. Last time we were in the aftermath of a trade in which we acquired Jermaine Marsh and Tom Payne, and we went 7-5, I believe, in those 12 games in the direct aftermath of that trade, which is looking a bit up from where we were, but we're still not where we want to be. Still on the outside looking in terms of playoff picture, and hopefully things will get better today. We'll see. It has been 10 or 11 days since I last uploaded to this series. I fully intended to upload last Saturday, and I turned my computer on and was greeted with a blue screen. So that was not a fun start to Saturday. I had to take my laptop to the shop nearby where they work on these, and found out I had a faulty Wi-Fi card that had basically burned out, and they had to replace it. Uh, wasn't as steep as I thought it would be, honestly. So happy for that, and happy to be back and recording. And since I did not get to record last weekend, I may go a bit long in this video, and we'll see what we look like at the end of the day. But we're going to upload now, and or not upload, but start. I don't know why I keep saying upload. I want to use that word when it's not needed. Anyway, we are 17 and 19, 12th in the conference, so we're still definitely on the outside looking in terms of the playoff picture. And today we're facing the Blues, at least starting off with. And I think I set this up last time. I'm almost positive. But yeah, Otis Arnold is the only one currently injured. So for the most part, we are healthy. I'm going to play through maybe a dozen games. We'll see where we are. I may try to make another trade before the trade deadline. We're actually already in January, so the trade deadline is approaching. And then we'll maybe do another dozen games. I don't want the video to be super long, but we may go a bit long considering we didn't get to upload last week. And let's go ahead and play game one. And we lost game one. Let's go back and try to figure out what went wrong. Well, we didn't shoot great from three or from the field, but neither did they really. Honestly, the numbers here aren't terrible. They were just kind of slightly better in each category. So I don't know that there's too much we can make from the results of that one. We did lose the turnover battle and the rebound battle, but even still, we only turned it over 11 times, which isn't terrible. Maybe the one takeaway is they only turned it over 6 times, so our defense maybe needs to be a bit more aggressive. But we've actually now lost 4 in a row if you go back to the last video, so things kind of aren't working out. But we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna try to keep track of the wins and losses as we go along in this video. So we have 1 loss, 0 wins so far. And we're about to face the Knights. And Marsh is now out. Arnold is back. So that probably hurts us a little bit. Let's look at the Knights here and see. Oh yeah, the Knights now have Andre Voskel. We had for a couple of seasons. He's shooting pretty efficient. His three-point percentage is actually down slightly, but his overall field goal percentage is up slightly. Mostly greens there from the former Outlaw. So it's one of my favorite things about these games is running into players you used to have and seeing how they're doing now. Although it does hurt a little bit whenever you discover they're doing a little bit better. But Voskel seems to be doing about the same, more or less. It's time to move on from Voskel. Just 2 seasons paying him a ton of money. So still think we made the right choice in making the trade where we offloaded that contract. We'll do a standard man-to-man in this one. Might be a little more aggressive on defense. And you know the balanced gameplay is not working out, so we're going to try some different things. We'll do a pace and space, see how that works. Let's go to the office and let's bump this stuff up a bit. All right, let's go ahead and play the second game. And another loss. Unfortunately, you just cannot get. We made the trade, and we went 7-2 directly after the trade. And that was really cool. But since then, we've lost 5 in a row. So we're really struggling to find back to 30th in points per game. Offense. Defense, we're doing great. Offensively, cannot find a steady flow. Playing the Metros next. And let's check out the Metros here. They're a really good three-point shooting team, so we want to use that attack, man-to-man. But they're not a good free throw shooting team, so we can afford to be aggressive. We'll try the pace and space again. It did not work out the first time, but we'll still try. I did reset this, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. And there's 3 losses so far in this video. And even email. Sean Little has problems with Coach Jeffries. Now, I'm actually not on the up and up on our staff. I don't know which one is Coach Jeffries. Let's go back to, let's look at the staff. Jeffries is the head coach. You know, he's got a lot of, I mean, star-wise, he's got a lot of things going for him. I do like Sean Little. He's in the last year of his contract, though. So I don't know. We might let him go. Hasn't brought a ton of success to us. So maybe it is time to move on. Let's see, I'm meaning to go to dashboard. There we go. Little does say he's happy, though. All the players appear happy right now. So morale's good, even though we're losing. And next we play the Irish. So let's check out the Irish. And we'll switch up things a little bit. Let's go back to a straight man-to-man. They're an okay free throw shooting team, so we'll take this down just a little bit. Okay, so no injured players. That's good. All right, we're going to have to move on from the pace and space because we tried 3 games and we've lost all 3. So we'll try something different on offense. Let's try perimeter focus. Top Payne is out. That hurts us a little bit. Actually, might hurt us quite a bit. But we're already losing a bunch, so we play the Gears in the next game. Let's see with these guys. Let's do a passive man-to-man. Trying the new perimeter focus. And we're going to bump this up once again. Not a good free throw shooting team. Okay, let's go ahead and play. Finally come away with a win there. About time. Shot great from 3, 16 of 28. Jermaine Marsh with 27 points. Sean Little with 23 off the bench. We won the rebounding battle. Still did not win the turnover battle. But that's okay. We won the overall game. So keep pushing on here. No games on this day, so push on again. We play the Blues in this next game. Still Tom Payne out. Let's do stick with the perimeter focus. That did work in the last game. We'll do a straight man-to-man. Take this down just a little bit. They're a decent free throw shooting team. All right, let's go ahead and play. All right, there's another loss. So we're 1-5 so far. It's looking more and more like I might be looking for another trade. Play the Commanders, or not the Commanders, but the Commodores in the next game. We'll definitely do a passive man-to-man on these guys. They're the worst three-point shooting team in the league. We'll stick with the perimeter focus for right now. Let's bump this back up. Still without Tom Payne. All right, let's go ahead and let's play. Okay, we got a win there. So now 2-5 into this video so far. George Parker with 26 points. Bridge with 12 off the bench. And we come away with the win. Won the rebounding battle by quite a bit. That appears to be what was probably the difference. Although we shot a decent bit better than him percentage-wise. We definitely won the rebounding battle. Okay, we play the Condors in the next game. Tom Payne is back, but Sean Little is out, so cannot seem to get a game where we're completely healthy. Actually, I'm gonna bump the intensity up still some. We'll do a standard man-to-man on this one. They do shoot the three a bit better than the last team. All right, let's go ahead and play. All right, we got a win, barely, but it's a win. So 3-5. We won the last two of the last three. Tyler Duckray, the rookie, with 17 points, 7 assists, 4 blocks, 9 rebounds. Player of the game in this one, and all of the starters in double digits, which is cool to see. We actually slightly lost the rebounding battle. Turnover battle is exactly the same. Yeah, the numbers are really close on this one. They missed 11 free throws, which really helped us out. Yeah, but the numbers are pretty close. We only won by 1 point, so anyway, kind of lucky to come out with a win in that one. Okay, we play the Blast in the next video. No injured players, so Sean Little is back. We'll keep the straight man-to-man. Keep the aggressiveness up. We're going to play this exactly as we played the last game. All right, another win. We have won 3 straight, so the perimeter focus does seem to be playing pretty good. We've won 4 of 5 actually since switching, I believe. So Tyler Duckray with 32 and 12. Little and Marsh both with 11 off the bench. Crowley with 17, Parker with 14, 15 rebounds. And Johnson with a double-double as well with 17 and 10. And we come away with the win once again. And we play the Pioneers next, and they are not very good, but we want to still check out what kind of style they play. Let's try the passive man-to-man because they're not a very good free throw or 3-point shooting team. We're actually going to take down the aggressiveness some because they are a good free throw shooting team. So okay, so we now won 4 games in a row. So we do like the perimeter focus. It's working well. And we did level up, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Play the Irish in the next game. We do have an injured player. Parker is out, which is kind of a big hit to us. We're going to keep the aggressiveness where it's at. We'll play straight man-to-man. We'll keep the perimeter focus. All right, guys. We are on a roll. It's now 5 wins in a row. Sean Little with 19 points off the bench, or I guess he wasn't off the bench this time. He was a starter. All starters in double digits. And Marsh with 21 off the bench. So we can see the numbers here. Coming away with another win. And we play the Racers here in this game. 2 injured players now. Johnson is out, so man, Bridge will start. 2 pretty key players in on our team. Let's check out the Racers. We're going to play the attack man-to-man, keep the aggressiveness about where it's at. Okay, let's go ahead and play. Okay, so since we switched to the perimeter focused offense, we've won 6 games in a row, 7-5 since this video started. We went 7-5 in the last video, so we're actually, if you want to look since the trade, we went 14-10, which is definitely an improvement compared to what we had going on before. We're actually a 500 team now. So it has paid off switching up, trying different types of offense. And I'm kind of tempted now. I mean, just, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, we had lost 5 in a row, and I was thinking we should do another trade, but we're kind of clicking right now, so I don't want to do a trade, honestly. We'll keep the perimeter focus going as long as it's working. And yeah, for right now, we're going to keep playing as we are. I'll play a little bit longer. So we play the Condors next. Actually, before moving on, though, I want to check out the playoff picture here and see where we are. So now we're actually in the play-in games. If the playoffs started today, we still want to move up from that. I mean, this is a close race, though. If you look, starting at what spot is the Roar? 2, 3, 4. Starting at the 6th spot in the West with the Roar, and moving down to 13th spot. The 6th through the 13th spot are all extremely close here in the West. And we fall right in the middle of that. So hopefully we do move up, keep moving up. Have everyone healthy. Let me switch those guys back in. And we are playing the Condors. So check out the Condors again. Recently played them. Stick with the attack man to man. Let's bump up this aggressiveness. Okay, let's go ahead and play. All right, another win. 7 wins in a row. And Tyler Duckray with 22. Sean Little with 20. Marsh with 11. Parker with 17. Payne with 11. Johnson with 10. And coming away with another win. 7 wins in a row. No games on this day, so we'll keep moving along here. And playing the Roar here in the next game. Let's check out the Roar. We'll do a stand straight man to man. I might take the aggressiveness down a little bit. Okay, we did come away with a loss on that one. That's okay, you're going to lose some. Won't look too much into that one right now. We'll just go ahead and move along. And we play the Bison. We've kind of fallen on some hard times after having a lot of success early on in this world we've played. And we have no injured players still, so that's a good thing. Let's check out the Bison. We'll do the attack man to man on this one. Bump up the aggressiveness some. Okay. Coming away with another win. Let's go back and check out the stats. So we're 8-1, I believe, in the last 9 games. Duckray with 30 points. I think Duckray's going to be Rookie of the Year. Marsh with 10. Crowley with 14. Parker with 14. Johnson with 23. How many games has Duckray been player of the game? 48? Really? Uh, oh, it's accounting for he he played in the I can't think of what it's called, the G League basically prior to the draft. So it's counting for that. So yeah, I don't think we played enough games for him to be. We don't have 48 wins, so how can that be possible? But that's what it is. Marsh with 10 points, Crowley with 14, Parker with 14. We already went over these. I'm repeating myself. But yeah, the perimeter focused offense is working great. We're winning all the games we should win. I don't see any reason to switch things up on the offense. And we'll keep switching things up on the defense accordingly based on who we're playing. But Tom Payne is out, which stinks. Oh, by the way, when we made the trade for Tom Payne, I noted in my head, I knew I recognized that name. And he wrote the pamphlet Common Sense back in Revolutionary War times. At one point, I could have told you that the Revolutionary War was actually my specialty in college, being a history major. That was the part of history that I was most knowledgeable about and could tell you things. And I was so, after college, I was so tired of reading history and hearing about history that I kind of pushed myself away from it for a long time and sort of circled back around to it a couple years ago for a little bit, but for the most part, I've kind of distanced myself from history. Um, Actually, I'm much more interested in the literature side of things when it comes to like classical literature rather than history now as I've gotten older. But interests change. History is mostly just very sad, quite honestly. Okay, so we're playing. I got distracted. The Knights. I'll probably do the straight man-to-man on this one. Where's our aggressiveness right now? I'll probably take well, yeah, we'll take it down a bit. Another win, man. On a roll. Duck Ray with 29. Zuzovic with 20. Marsh with 21. Crowley 16. Johnson 17. We are 55% from threes, really good. Crushed the rebounding battle. We turned the ball over a bunch, though. It's the one place where we really struggled. But you know what? We're still crushing it. All right, so we play the Moose next. And we have a completely healthy lineup, so hopefully that works to our advantage. It should. Let's see. Keep the straight man-to-man. I think we may play this the same way we played the last game. Keep that right there. We are crushing it, crushing it, crushing it. Tom Payne with 21, Little with 17, Marsh with 15. Entire starting lineup in double figures in scoring. As we keep moving along, almost at the All-Star break. We play the Twisters in the next game. We do have an injured player. Marsh is out the next game, so all right, we'll keep the we'll switch to attack man-to-man. We'll keep the aggressiveness about where that's at. All right, let's go ahead and play. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I switched that wrong. They are not a good three-point shooting team, so what we want to do is actually play a passive man-to-man. All right. Now we'll play. Another win. Duckray with 28 points. Parker with 17. Payne with 23. Johnson with 14. It's crazy how things can change in the course of one video. I went from feeling like this season was a wash to feeling like we're maybe on our way to a playoff spot. No injured players tonight. We do play the Coyotes, which is one of the best teams in the league. So I don't want to get too overconfident here before this game, but we'll still check out how they're playing here. We'll do a straight man-to-man. Might be a little aggressive. All right, let's play. Guys, we just beat one of the best teams in the league by a bunch. Tom Payne with 24 points. Zuzovic with 14 points. Marsh with 12. Crowley with 19. Duckray with 17. Johnson with 14. We have to be one of the hottest teams right now in the league. What we're let's see, 6, 12, 12 and 1 in the last 13 games, I think. Incredible, incredible turnaround. We play the Twisters in the next game. So still no injured players. That's great. We've not had, knock on wood, we've not had any major injuries lately. So that's, the injuries we've had have been very minor. We'll do these passive man-to-man. I'll take this down just slightly. Okay, we did have a loss here. That is okay. You will lose a game. Even the best teams lost a game here and there. And we play the Spartans next. Still no injured players. That's a good thing. We'll keep the passive man-to-man. Go play things exactly as they were, really. Okay, we have lost 2 in a row now. So hopefully our streak hasn't went sour here. Duck Ray is out, which really stinks. Let's see. Let's do a straight man-to-man. Let's bump this down some. Even if we lose this game, I'm still keeping with the perimeter focus because it has. We did win though, so never mind what I was going to say, but it had treated us really well. Tom Payne with 31. Johnson with 20. Parker with 12. Crowley with 18. Marsh had a rough game, but he was running the point, playing out of position really. So I think we can probably look over that. Little with 15 off the bench. And we are still, in my mind, on a roll, even though we lost a couple there. And it's the All-Star break, so we'll come back from the All-Star break, do a couple more. Don't see anyone there. Don't see anyone from our team in either contest there, so we'll keep moving along. I do expect Duckray to be on the Western Future Stars. I don't see him in any of the players of the game, but wow. Duckray is not on the team. That's weird. Zuzovic is on the team with 12 points. We also have Little on the team with 6 points, but no one else. That's strange. Because he's not injured. I mean, he was injured, but he's not injured anymore. Maybe it's where he's placed deep on the bench right now because I didn't bring him back off because we didn't have a game, so I didn't bother switching this around, but that's strange. Okay, time for the All-Star game. I don't know if I expect anybody to make the All-Star game on our team. No. I don't think so. It's okay though, we're still on a roll. All-Star game sucks anyway. I remember as a kid, and this could have just been the mentality of the kid, but I have this vivid memory of sitting down and watching, I believe it was the 2001 All-Star game. I believe it was the 2001 All-Star game. It was one of those early 2000s All-Star games I had on VHS tape, and I had it recorded, and I watched it several times. I don't think it was. You got the great All-Star game that went into overtime. That I believe was Jordan's last All-Star game. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong. I don't think it was that one. I think I had that one taped as well, though. I think I had 2 or 3 of those taped, maybe. But I just remember being a kid and the atmosphere and the excitement of the All-Star game was so cool. And I mean, I might be wrong. It might just be nostalgia speaking false memories into my head, which does happen, whether people want to admit it or not. But I remember it being more competitive when I was a kid in the early 2000s compared to now. The All-Star game I'm talking about, not necessarily the league overall, but the All-Star game. We play the Racers in the next game. But yes, I have fond memories of, man, basketball was, for me, especially ages from like 7 to 11, I was obsessed with basketball. And then I kind of took a little bit of a break when I was like 12 and 13 and 14. Still liked basketball, don't get me wrong. Still played the games. But I really got into wrestling, the WWE, in middle school. And so that was kind of my focus in middle school and really early high school. And then things switched up again in about 2008. And from 16 to 22, the ages of 16 to 22, which would have been 2008 to about 2014, I had this like resurgence back into basketball through the end of my high school years and all through my college years. So that was really probably like 2000 to 2004 was a high point for me in basketball. And then 2008 to 2014 was a high point. Those are the two times I was into basketball more than anything, really. And I still love basketball, but I don't know if it'll ever be what I was in love with, both as a kid and in college. And part of it, I think, is just the mentality you have at those ages. As a kid, these players are your heroes. And as a college student, it was cool to actually see these people as my peers now. But now I'm older, I'm 32. Most of the players, I play the NBA games today, I get depressed because by the time you're 32, you're considered an old man in the NBA, and most of the players are younger than me now. So it's just odd. It's weird because as a kid you think you're always going to be a kid, and NBA players will always be your heroes. And then maybe even in college, you're not going to be that age forever, but I think you still maybe fall into that trap of thinking, well, these people are my peers. They're going to be my peers for a while, and they are for a little while. But man, age creeps up on you out of nowhere. And so now being 32, it is strange to be past both those mentalities now. These guys are no longer my heroes, they're kids. And these guys are no longer peers. Like I said, they're kids, most of them are. I see college students as kids now, and that's a little sad to know that I'm older, but not everything is worse now. There are good things about getting older and wiser. Anyway, we will continue on. Sorry for my getting off track there. We'll do the passive man-to-man. Bump the aggressiveness up a little bit. Okay. I think we switched the injured players up already. I'll check just to make sure. Oh no, we want Duckray back in. I'm glad I checked. Okay, let's go ahead and play. All right, another win. We'll do one more game and call it a day. Parker with 20 and 10. Man, look at this. We had three players off the bench in double digits. Zuzovic with 10, Marsh with 10, Little with 14. Do want to note that Marsh took 15 shots to get 10 points, though, so that's not exactly a great game. Crowley with 19, Duckray with 13. His first game back after a short time out, and Parker with 20 and 10. We did shoot 51% from three, which is great. And we will play one last game today. But yeah, I think, well, we're already past the trade deadline now, so that doesn't really matter as much anymore. But I think one would have to agree with me that we are on the right track with how things have been going. The perimeter focused offense has worked out really well. We're still last. That shows you how bad things were. As good of a roll as we're on, we're still last in the league in scoring, which tells you how terrible our offense was early on in this season. Things had to change, man. We had to make that trade. It's good that we did, I think. For this last game, we'll do a straight man-to-man, and we'll take the aggressiveness down a little. Sacramento's pretty good. Who is out in this game? Johnson's out. Okay. And we're closing things out with another win. So we played 2 sets of a dozen games. In the first dozen games in today's video, we were 7-5. In the second dozen games in today's video, we were 9-3. So overall, that is 16-8 in today's video, which is pretty good, especially considering to start this video off, we stunk, man. We were 1-5 in the first 6 games of this video. And since then, we are 15-3, man, in the last 18 games. 15-3. That's exciting. That leaves me wanting to play more and hopefully we will get to and have more success as we move along. Johnson's still out for the next game. We'll go ahead and set things up here against the Peaks. We'll do a straight man-to-man. Actually, I think we're going to play this exactly how we played the last game. Straight man-to-man, perimeter focus. We're going to keep the aggressiveness down. They're a good free throw shooting team. Johnson's out. So basically exactly like the last game. And that's where we'll leave off. So if you enjoyed the video, maybe I'll get to upload tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, we're killing it. We're on a roll. I do want to check. Let's see where we are in the playoff picture. So even with all the success, we're still 7th here in late February. So it's awesome that we're on such a roll, but we're not out of the woods yet. There is a bit of a separation now, though, between these teams and these teams. Not a huge separation, but a little bit. Uh, Still a pretty close race, though. Still a pretty close race. See the East down here, the West up here. So, all right. Hopefully you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.